that
At the line for two.
just in general, it feels like count it, Ilyasova, but it just feels like he's not a very good person. I never liked PK Subban, and it's not just because he's a Montreal Canadian and I like the Boston Bruins, but just because he just doesn't seem like a very good person, and he's always just kind of just mixing the pot, if you know what I mean. Another block, man. What the shit? But, I just legitimately do not like the guy at all whatsoever. Oh, yeah, I couldn't make that one. That one was probably a little bit too close to his face. But Shea Weber, I like Shea Weber, but now that he's a Canadian, and it's not really his fault because it was a trade, but I don't like the Canadians. But he'll never be my most hated player in the NBA, as that honor goes to Alexander Burrows, hands down. And if you know what happened between the Bruins and the Canucks in the 2011 Stanley Cup Final, which was one of my favorite Stanley Cup Finals, it's between that one and the one that we lost against the Chicago Blackhawks, because that one we played 7 games in 6, or we played over 7 games in 6 games with how many overtimes we had. So
game how it's supposed to be.
It was kind of intense, but I know it's kind of misplaced to be talking about, you know, hockey in the middle of this, but again, like NHL 16, I don't own it, so I can't really just like talk about hockey on a hockey game. Count it, Iggy. So we came back, we took out that deficit and we brought ourselves back. One thing that's interesting is where Kevin Durant will land. He's meeting with a bunch of teams, not the Lakers, thank God. Speaking of, like, just so you know, I respect Lakers fans, and I respect, you know, Montreal Canadian fans for the most part. There are some that I just can't, but, fuck. Oh, whoa, that was close. I almost did it again. Oh, God. I need to go in there and do that next time. What the shit was that? Damn. Alright, alright. But anyway, shit. Oh yeah, KD. While I would love for him to end up in Miami for obvious reasons, count it. I don't really picture him in Miami. That would be great. You know, a lot of people are saying that he'll go to Golden State and pull kind of a LeBron and going to a team and making them super OP as shit. I mean, I really hope, to be honest, that that's not the case. Just to be completely frank with that. Iggy, deep 2. But, I mean, as a whole, I mean, I like KD. He's a good person. He's a solid athlete, you know. Nothing really stand him out as someone I wouldn't like to have on my team. But I just don't, while I can hope, I doubt. Nice defense. And then a slam dunk by Iggy. Speaking of Iggy, I think he's on the Magic now? Because the Victor Oladipo and Ilyasova trade, I believe they're on the Magic. I definitely know that well, I think they're on the Magic, and that's kind of an interesting. That was a really interesting trade. I mean, I gotta say that I think that the Magic will win out on that one. I think that they'll get the better half of the trade because I'm gonna be frank. Iggy is a badass, and now Ilyasova is a badass too. But so far, I mean, it's kind of just like an in my game type thing. Because I mean, I've watched Ilyasova play, and while he can hit those threes from time to time, he's not kind of the badass that he is in this game. I mean, he's 74 overall for a reason. But he can also hit threes for a reason. But so can Iggy. I'm taking an 11-point lead here. So, I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I just have a feeling. That no matter what happens, most likely the Golden State Warriors are going to continue to just rock and roll, and then they very well might end up winning the NBA Finals again. I think that this is kind of like the one odd out year. I mean, I'll be frank. Basketball sometimes pisses me off for a number of reasons, but I don't know. Playing basketball is fun as hell, for sure. You know, I've played basketball. I'm not bad. Well, I mean, I'm kind of bad at it. I mean, being 6 foot tall, I mean, it gives me a slight advantage / disadvantage. Depends on who I play with. Damn, I tried to move, but I'm not too shabby. What the hell? You see, whenever I do that, it gets that exactly that. And that's why in the last episode I called it about the fouls, because the fact of the matter is the fouls are just over the top in this game. And they're really unfair. Like, I could do legitimately everything right, and they'll call me for a foul, and they'll do the exact same thing that I did, and they won't get called for a foul. So, you know, it's just... Oh my god. Legitimately just passed it. Count it. Alright. Anyway, sorry I went quiet there for a second. That was an interesting transition. But, you know, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of watching basketball because I just don't like all the controversy and the drama that goes along with it. Because the fact of the matter is, you're going to get all these guys talking about how the refs aren't doing their job, and this and that and the other. And they're going to compare LeBron to Michael Jordan, and they're going to be doing all this stuff, and it's just going to get annoying. You know, I watched the playoffs for the most part. I watched some of the NBA Finals. Not all of it. But, I mean... Y'all should probably know by now that I'm not like a huge NBA fan or anything, but that's not to say that, you know, it's a sport. I like pretty much all sports except, I'm going to be frank with you, and I apologize to all the people that are fans of this sport, but I am not a fan of soccer, okay? I am not a fan of the soap opera that is soccer. Okay. One, it's too slow. Two, it's quite similar to hockey, except hockey is once again a fast-paced sport. And I mean, while I totally respect the people that like soccer. I mean, I've watched you know, the World Cup a couple of times. It's all good. Boom. But I'm just not a fan at all. Like the flopping, to be honest, I like the goals scored in hockey a lot more than I like the goals scored in soccer. Most of the time, they're just kind of boring shots. They take 12 years to get down this huge field. It's just not my style. But my goal eventually is to do all the sports so that we can get some of everything. I'm trying to figure out what to do with WWE right now because, while, you know, a lot of people will debate that it's not a sport, whatever, I don't really care. I've got the game. I'm a huge fan of WWE, obviously. I really do want to do something with that, but right now, thing is, Legend is too fucking easy. Wow. Legend is too easy. Like, all right, another foul. We're even out the fouls. I actually like that. Maybe it's because I didn't take as many risks. I don't know. But anyway, I'm trying to figure out what to do with WWE. I feel like, you know, I should do something, but Legend is too easy. You see, I don't watch many people's, you know, career mode playthroughs because people are good at the game. When you're on YouTube, most likely you've played this game a lot. You know how it works. And more than likely, like 9 times out of 10, you're gonna win these matches against the little guys. So, I mean, Legend is just not difficult, and so I kind of want to do a GM mode, but that takes a really long time. I don't have all the time in the world to spend on it, especially doing all of these videos. You know. What? That was all ball. Okay, it was no ball because I didn't even tip it, but should have been all ball. All right, I'll take another foul. But that's that. I want to eventually possibly do baseball, and I also want to do hockey. I really do want to do hockey really bad because I love that sport, and the game is fun as hell. I haven't played the 16 version. I used to have the 15 version, but that's a long story on why I don't have that. But damn, I thought Ilyasova would have that. But anywho, deep 2 for Rondo. Misses. Damn. All right. 9-point game. We can do this. It's not over yet. All right. Need the guy wide ass open. Whatever. But you know, I kind of want to do, like, especially because of how much I like football. My plan is to do a weekly analysis of the football games that went on for the week for college and NFL, because I mean, one, I'm a big fan of college football, huge fan of college football. I am going to go out and say that I like college football more than I like NFL, and that's saying something. As a Patriots fan, you know, you think, oh, but you win so many championships, you must like the NFL better. But I don't know. I just really like the atmosphere of college football. It's just so unique and different than the NFL. You know, all these guys aren't getting paid. There's just that difference about it. And I mean, I get it. There are a lot of people that like defense, and for many of the teams, defense is just practically non-existent. But you know, I am a huge fan of college football. Easily